I wanted everyone in my church to know that we are the final generation, that He's coming back in our lifetime. But I know, because it is part of the sign of the time, even knowing Jesus is coming back, most of us have been lulled into a complacent, lackadaisical lifestyle. You go, that's interesting. Jesus is coming back. But it hasn't changed you one bit. You're not watching. You're not ready. In fact, you're more concerned about when your kids are playing ball, where they're playing ball at, and who's going to get them there. You're eating, you're drinking, you're marrying, you're having children, you're raising those children. You're getting lulled into that. But here's what's sad, and I want you to think about this. Many of you are ready because you have accepted Christ. But because you've been lulled into this complacent, lackadaisical lifestyle, your children are not ready. You know what the worst thing in the world would be? For me to go in the rapture of my children and my grandchildren, not to go. That's what he means by being ready. If they're not prepared, they don't enter into the ark. They don't escape the tribulation. They're left behind. All because parents and grandparents are not making sure their children and their grandchildren are prepared. Let's stand. It's easy when you're prepared not to worry. But start worrying about your children and your grandchildren. Start worrying about your nieces and your nephews. Start worrying about the children running around in your neighborhood whose parents don't go to church. We are the final generation. I still think it's 17, 18 years away, but I don't know. And Jesus told me, don't think like that. If I think like that, I'll become lackadaisical, and my grandchildren might miss it. I can't afford that. Now, if you're here this morning, you've never received Jesus, you're not prepared. That day will come, we'll be taken. You'll be left behind. So, if you want to make sure you're not, all you have to do is put your faith in Jesus. You have to believe He died for your sins and that God raised Him from the dead, that He paid the penalty for your sins, and you have to want Him to be Lord of your life. That's how simple it is. So normally, here's what I do. Someone says, well, how do I do that? Well, if you believe and if you confess that He's your Lord, you're saved. So I lead people through a prayer, and that's what I'm going to do this morning. If you want Jesus to be Lord of your life, if you want to know that you're saved and you're going to escape the tribulation, then you can say this prayer. Now, the prayer's not magic, but if you believe what you're saying in this prayer and you confess that Jesus is Lord, you will be saved. If you're online, you can do it right where you are in your home. I want everyone to bow their heads, close their eyes. If you want to receive Jesus, just say this prayer. Repeat after me. You can even say it silently to yourself. Here goes. God, I know I'm a sinner, and I know that my sin has separated me from you. But God, I believe you love me. And because you love me, you sent your son Jesus to die for my sin. And I believe when Jesus died, his soul went to hell to pay the penalty for my sin. But I also believe that when all my sin was paid for, God, you raised Jesus from the dead. I believe that. And Jesus, I want you to save me. I want you to be Lord of my life.